Hello everyone, ho ho ho, and a very Merry Christmas to everyone here at LM Simulation. Welcome back to YouTube. All primed for Christmas now, everything's pretty much underway and ready. All Christmas presents are bought, we're in a very good position, and I'm very much looking forward to another COVID Christmas. It's going to be a very different Christmas this year. In fact, I've actually got my booster jab on Christmas Eve. That's going to be a very, very surreal experience, but hey, you got to roll with the punches with this pandemic. So here we are back in Train Simulator 2022, and we are reviewing the all-new Armstrong Powerhouse Class 800 to 803 pack. This one covers the 800, the 801 all electric, the 802 which is the bi-mode, and the 803 which is technically all electric but has a small battery in it as well, for reasons we won't go into. We're not exploring the 803 today anyway. We are exploring the Class 802. So this is my first ever drive of the Class 802 in the new AP pack. I have driven the Class 800, Great Western Railway. I did a little drive from Paddington to Swindon. Very much enjoyed it. Yeah, seriously, managed to do a power change at about 120 miles an hour or something like that, over from overheads to diesel, and that was a very interesting concept, never having done that before, but I was very, very happy with how it's turned out. Now, a quick little caveat before I do this, disclaimer, have altered my microphone settings slightly with this new recording. I've actually got my microphone now directly plugged into my microphone port. I actually had an extension sort of cable that I was running, and I think that was causing some interference with the microphone, so hopefully this is a lot clearer now. If it's not, just let me know. I can look into how we can go. Unfortunately, this cable on this microphone is very, very short, but it can sort of bake it, so it shouldn't be any issue here. Anyway, just let me know if there's anything further we need to do. So, welcome to Huddersfield. So this is the brilliant, I think this is PenninePacer if I remember correctly. This is his Manchester stations to Huddersfield route, version number 2 I believe this is. We're driving a Class 802 in the pre-Trans-Pennine Express livery, which is this Hitachi black and white. From here in Huddersfield, we're taking this down to Victoria, I believe. This is going to be quite an interesting drive. All of it's going to be on diesel. So I will put the disclaimer in here that the diesel noises and the diesel recordings from this are not taken from a Class 800 or an 801 or an 802. I think they've been sort of moulded and scripted together from different diesel sounds. Maybe he's gone out and recorded them himself. The only thing that Richard has as a caveat in this is that it is an all-functioning Class 800s, 801, 802, 803, with the only caveat that he wasn't able to get any exact diesel sounds, so he's had to do his best and put stuff together. But I could be fooled to say that he has got his own diesel sounds and that he's been able to acquire these directly from Hitachi, because they are extremely bang on. I'm talking about, if this is second best with AP, then I have no quibbles, honestly. This is going to be a review. So you're going to see my complete opinion of this, and this is a quick 30-minute scenario between here in Huddersfield down to Manchester, Victoria, with the Trans-Pennine Express Class 802. So the 802s, essentially, they are like the 800s, but they have a much bigger diesel engine. Specifications, reasons, they needed that. So for Trans-Pennine Express, they will need the 802 diesel engines to go over the Pennine Hills, as we will be doing so today, and specification reasons, that's why they got it. Hull trains, they really didn't need an 802. I don't know why they ordered an 802. Hull trains could have done perfectly fine with an 800. They did not need an 802, but for some reason they got one. So, or they got 5 actually, but we won't go into that anyway. This makes a lot more sense. But they are hoping to electrify a lot of the routes in time, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this fantastic bit of kit. There is so much to have a look at in this. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to fit it all into the video. But yeah, really looking forward to getting going with this. Let's get going. Here we are in the cab of the Class 802. Very similar to the previous cab, although they fixed the issue with the weird lighting thing over here. We haven't actually got the cab set up yet, so we're going to get the cab set up. Most of the stuff that you'll notice as part of this are actually commands that you'll have to input into the game, because unfortunately the model doesn't support all the stuff that he's done. So the first thing you need to do is put the master key in, which is your typical Shift W, and then set the directional switch. Press F to clear that. There we go. Super. One thing I am going to do, because I'm fairly sure that you can barely hear this, to be honest, I'm going to turn the audio up for the game, because, to be honest, I can barely hear it. So, to be honest, I don't think you can really. So let's put that up to at least 25 decibels, and that way you should be able to hear that with no issue at all. If the sound does get a bit loud, just turn it down on your own monitors. I'll repeat that process now so that you could hear it a little bit clearer. So that now that should be fixed. And if I turn the audio up a little bit on my end, we're now going to. Right. So master key in, Shift W.
WF and AWF operational.
There you go. So I hope you heard that time. Anyway, right, we need to get the headlights on. We'll put them onto full, that makes sense. Let's have a look. Are the doors going to open? Or is that R? Is that R thing? Very bang on sounds. Very, very good sounds. That is very good. Control R. Are we on guard operated? Selective door opening. Are any of the doors going to open, or? Unsure. So let's try that again and get the doors open. So the doors opening on the left hand side is U, and on the right is O. There we go, doors are opening now. So people can start boarding. You can see destination is set, Liverpool Lime Street. Let's go ahead and close the doors. You'll be familiar with this sound. Right, let's get going. Here we go. There we go. So let's head straight into the tunnel. You have got a cab light, which you use with the L button. Very basic flag light, as you can see. So you've got instrument lights which you can turn on and off. Quite nice. Can't hear much of the engine in the cab. I don't believe the driver ends actually have motors in. I think it's only the passenger ends, although I can't remember quite rightly how that works. I know that there's pantographs on the driver ends, but I don't know if there's any diesel motors. Unless you have it in 100%, it is dramatically slow on diesel, and this is what a Class 800 or an 802 is like in real life. Very, very slow on diesel. Right, so in a sec I'm going to showcase the passenger view on this wonderful Class 802. So that changes as per the TOCs. Included in this, you'll get your Great Western Railway stuff like normal, so that'll be 800s and 802s. You get LNER, so that'll be 800s and 801s, I believe. You'll get Hull Trains, which will have 802s exclusively. Lumo, which is the new train operating company, that's the reason 803s are included in this pack. You'll also get TransPennine Express, who have these as well. So these are 802s exclusive. And I believe, if I remember rightly, that's pretty much it at the moment for who runs these trains. There are a lot more to come. For example, East Midlands Railway, I believe they're getting 810s Auroras. They are going to look a little bit different to this, I believe, though. Judging by the artwork, they're actually going to be a completely different body shell. So that probably won't come. Although the ones operated by Avanti West Coast, which are coming soon, that's the 805s and the 807s. Now they are going to be operating as part of this body shell, so we might see that in a future AP update. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm going to turn the driver vigilance device on, so we have got something, and jump into the passenger view. Now, doesn't this look something great? Now this alters. There's a 185. Depends on the obviously it depends on the on the TOC that you're driving at the time. But the running sounds, I can confirm they are very good. So you might want to close your ears in a sec, because they're going to get very loud. Yes, very good indeed. You can't go wrong with those running sounds, they do sound brilliant. So yeah, our next station calling point will be Manchester Victoria. As you can see, this is a non-stop run all the way through. We are due past Marsden, Greenfield, Staley Bridge, Miles Classing and Manchester Victoria. We're due to arrive at 11:21. I don't know if we're going to keep up with those timings. I found that I don't know if it's meant to happen, but on the Class 800 at least of GWR, I got to 125 miles an hour on electric. I passed Didcot Parkway, high speed, and then as natural, the wires end just after Didcot Parkway. They don't in real life, but they do in the game. And then just after Didcot Parkway, I changed over to diesel, and I was cruising along at diesel, and then I noticed that as soon as I turned onto diesel, the speed started to drop. Like the diesel engines couldn't perform the same as I was asking of the pantograph at the time, and it just started slowing down. I think it got down to about 115. So I think the Class 800s, I don't know if they can go any faster than 115 on diesel. As for these Class 802s, they might be something completely different. I don't know if AP have gone to the trouble of actually sort of simulating the different ones yet, but we'll wait and see. Let's have a look at us as we pass. Very nice indeed. You can't go wrong with that. It sounds great. Although there aren't that many diesel sounds, I must admit I do enjoy driving it on diesel. It isn't an incredible experience, not as good as driving it on an electric. You get some very authentic sounds on electric, but he's done a superb job making up for that on diesel. I'm on the verge. The more I drive it, the more I can tell he hasn't been able to get exact diesel sounds. The diesel sounds are quite sort of they're quite quiet in terms of in real life it is quite heavy, but it's always going to be a lot louder where the passengers are sitting here. It has got passenger door seal sounds, which will be the sounds that the doors make when they seal. That's something I will be showing you when we... I'm going to show that before we get to... Obviously we're non-stop now to Manchester Victoria, but I am going to stop at a signal just to perform sort of that process to show you how that would happen. I'll do that just in the Miles Platting area, just before we get to Manchester Victoria, so you can hear that. I do apologise if we weren't able to do that at Staley Bridge. Anyway, the reception for this has been wild, mainly positive. It's been very, very good. There hasn't been really that much negative about it. In fact, I don't think there's been any negatives. People have been waiting years for this. The thing that is confusing me is I don't know. Feel free to correct me on this. I haven't seen any posts specifically by the guys at ATS about this. When I say about this, I know Alan's done a video on it. He always does a video on it, but maybe I need to watch that video to find out. However, as far as I'm aware, I don't know if this is their pack, because I know that ATS were working on an update to the Azuma. They kept saying, oh, there's new stuff in the work and all of this, that and another. And I'm not sure if this is it. I don't know if they got so far and then Richard Armstrong got in touch with them and said, do you want me to take it over and take it to the next level? I've got recordings that you can do really well on. I reckon a lot of the scripting's been done by the guys at ATS. In fact, I'm actually happy to check that in a moment, which I will do. Right, up to 85, so this is going to be interesting. Right, let's go to the bottom and see. Yes, interesting. Most of it's been done by him. The only thing that's really been done by ATS is Lewis. He's done some of the LNER and TPE livery stuff. There's not really been any sort of major work that's been put in by the guys at ATS though. They're not even sure if they've actually released a statement about that yet, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm personally very, very happy with how this has turned out and how it's played out. The only thing I'm a bit funny about is the scenarios. They're all on the same route. Fair enough, that's fine. I mean, they're all on Chat Moss, which is interesting. They usually AP like to be a little bit more diplomatic and put them all on a route that everyone has access to, and not a DLC route at that. Obviously Chat Moss is the perfect route for this. Also Manchester Victoria to Huddersfield is a very good route as well, the one that I'm on at the moment. Can't go wrong with that at all. But as you can see, very sluggish on diesel. Maximum 1900 RPM, and we are getting ourselves up to 85 miles an hour, slowly but surely. We have got 60 coming up. But I must admit, I do enjoy the cab. Very nice indeed. And the sounds, such as resetting the driver safety device there, very nice. I just wish there was a little bit more. Nothing bad about it. I think it's a fantastic add-on. But you know, maybe if we could change the brightness of the of these, maybe I think there's a lot of scripting stuff that they've had to sort of work by. They've actually had to put up with in order to be able to get this out. Obviously this was made by Dovetail Games many years ago. In fact, I think this was made before IETs actually came into existence, which is interesting. So I'll tell you what, it decelerates like a rocket, it really does. Another 185 by the looks of it. Couldn't tell because we were in this tunnel. Yeah, wonderful route this though, and this is why I wanted to showcase this. I didn't want to showcase the default scenarios. I wanted to showcase something else. This is a scenario from Alan Thompson's sim. This is by the wonderful Who is it by, actually, to be honest? I just brought up the readme to be able to tell you who exactly it was by, but no, he's not put his name on the readme. Maybe he likes being a dark horse, this person, but I'm just bringing up his page now. This is by the Adam Haigh, Haigh. Fantastic scenario developer. He's worked very, very hard on a lot of scenarios, a lot of which are featured on the on-track simulation streams that take place every so often by Tom Harrison. Yeah, Adam Haigh is a very, very good scenario creator, and this is no exception. This is a lovely scenario. So let's have a look as we cross this viaduct. Yeah, certainly looking the part, I can tell that. So we've got about 13 miles to go until we get to Manchester. We are due in about 15 minutes time, 1-5. So we're about halfway now. We're doing quite well through the journey. Thoroughly enjoying the Class 800 and everything it offers. We can change to electric, and I am going to do a changeover to electric just after the Miles Classic area. You can there are wires that start there. Just to showcase how this train does change over to electric, I will indeed be showing you how you can change over. That's not an issue. I've been to this station. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely been to that station. It rings a bell. Or it looked it looks similar. What station was that? Was Greenfield. No, I've not been to Greenfield before. Okay, maybe it was very similar to the style of a station I've been on. I must be on the Manchester to Sheffield line. There's a very similar station, very similar design, sort of in a cutting, and it's got the bridge going over it. Yeah. Very, very similar station that though. You can see how the design sort of migrates its way out, and they have had to build the station in between sort of the curvature of the Earth and the Earth, the geography of the local area mainly, which is quite fantastic. We're not really having to stress out the Class 802 on this journey. As you can see, most of it's downhill, so if anything we're having to brake, not accelerate. So yeah, the engines are getting a well-deserved rest at this point. I can imagine the return journey though, Liverpool all the way over to Newcastle, being the Class 802 must be quite quite a hard-working sort of route for the Class 802. Definitely having to go up this hill. We're down in a 1 in 149, and obviously you'd have to climb this if you're going the other way. It's a beautiful route to travel on in real life if you haven't ever travelled on this before. I sincerely recommend it. It's really, really good. The stations are nice and cosy as well, and such a good reflection that I believe PenninePacer has put into this route. You definitely can't go wrong with it. Very, very happy with how he's produced this. Lots of tunnels, which is nice as you cut through the earth and travel through this sort of Pennine area. Should be getting to the Staley Bridge area very soon, as we're about 10 miles out of Manchester. That's about the right area for Staley Bridge. That horn is nice though, to be honest. It is the original horn. Something I didn't know, but the LNER IETs don't have the original horn. They've been issued with louder horns apparently. I'm not too sure why. Perhaps for the for the routes, the variety of routes that the LNER-IETs have to take. There you go, Staley Bridge, I thought so. Yeah, the variety of routes, maybe they require the sort of different horns to be able to magnify the sounds that are being made, to be able to let them be heard from further away. I know that the standard Class 802 horn, 800 horn, the one that Hitachi fit onto the trains, not overly good. Quite. I don't know how to say it really. Quite mute, if anything. There we go. We are speeding. We'll get down. When I was in a previous life, I did travel and managed to see some of the Class 800s being built in the Newton Aycliffe plant. I was very lucky actually. I managed to get a tour of the facility there. A very intriguing tour, and as part of it, they've got a little test track that runs alongside the line to Bishop's Auckland. And me and a friend of mine went out one day. I think it was the day before we managed to see the Class 800 tour, and we actually managed to. Just going to slow down here for Staley Bridge. We actually managed to watch a Class 800 on test there. It was changing between diesel and electric, brake tests, everything like that, all the normal stuff. And the horn on it, when it was departing, it has to make its horn every time it departs. It's very, very mute. I certainly wouldn't be able to hear that if I needed to. Right, I'm slowing down just so that you could hear these. Oh, there's a 185. Very nice. Another quality add on that. 185. So there you go. You have got the screeching of the brakes as it brakes this train. So we're going to get on the move now. Lovely. Yeah, it's a sound I like to hear. There we go, we have got 25 coming here for some reason. So we come out of Staley Bridge, heading towards Manchester. Should be able to make the time back that we are a little bit late now, probably about a minute or two late, but that's the junction there. Turn left there, you head towards Manchester Victoria via the old Woodhead line, that one down there. There we go, let's get back up to speed. Very nice indeed. I mean, I can't fault this. Even on diesel, it sounds fantastic. And these are not even the exact diesel sounds. These are, you know, what would probably best be known as a replica diesel sound. Very, very, very accurate though. You know, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It's seriously good work by AP. In fact, this must be, a lot of people have said it, probably one of the best AP add-ons that they've done in a long time. Now they've done some really quality stuff. It's not for the number of features in this, because you know I could give anything. Class 205 that outdoes this for features, out the wazoo. But we're not in this for features. We're in it for what he has done, what the guys there have done is take an item that was absolutely astronomically bad when it first came out, I will be honest, and they've absolutely knocked it out of the park and done some incredible work on it. And that shows to me that they are some very, very highly talented people there. Certainly ones to watch for future stuff. Certainly looking forward to their future releases. Wow, looking very nice this route, definitely. So you've heard the door seal sounds. I'm now going to bring up the part of the manual that tells me how I should change power mode. Diesel to electric, there you go. Right. Pretty simple procedure when changing over to diesel to electric, or electric to diesel. Unfortunately, if it was absolutely accurate, you'd have a diesel button on the side of the cab here, but as this product came out with Dovetail Games as a class 801, obviously it only has the electric function. There is no diesel function. That being said, there is actually a diesel function on the 801s, whereas there isn't on the 803s, I believe. So not too sure why Dovetail Games didn't implement that, but. That being said, when the 801 first came out, it was part of the Super Express train, SET, which was sort of an add-on that came for the test track. Very, very old bits of kit, definitely, but yeah, it's been out for a long, long time, this DLC, and the fact that we've actually managed to get a version that is nigh on near perfect, I'll say. Is superb. It's just token. Shows you exactly what you're working with. Anyway, there you go. There's some Manchester skyline. That is some draw distance. I can tell you that. That is some fantastic draw distance. That really, I'm impressed with that. When you were only 3 miles away, aren't we? So, but yeah, that is some good draw distance. Very good. Yep, so we're going to be slowing down shortly as we head towards Manchester. We will be changing from diesel to electric on the move. Something that they don't do, I believe, in real life. I believe they pull into the station, then change over to electric. One of my friends was on a Trans-Pennine Express service from Liverpool to Newcastle, and that pulled in on electric and then changed over to diesel there, and left on diesel. So yeah, they don't like doing it on the move for some reason, but we're going to be showing you how talented this train really is, and doing exactly what this train can do, showcasing exactly what it could be capable of. Slow down. So, Christmas is here. This is a perfect sort of Christmas present from AP. But I hope everyone's staying safe. As I said earlier, I have got my COVID booster vaccination date. It's been set as December the 24th, which is going to be interesting. So on that date, I'm going to be getting my COVID booster. That is Christmas Eve. I've done some very weird stuff on Christmas Eve, but get a COVID booster vaccination will be the first time I've ever had that. So welcome to our second COVID Christmas, or probably the third. That's how we get round to counting it. Very nice. Well, I've got that nice little black shunter that's there in real life. Right, so let's get ready. What do we need to do to change over to electric? So we need to ensure the reverser is away from off. That's fine. And ensure the power brake controller is not in a power position. Well, it's not. That's good. You can be braking and put the pan up, or activate the diesel mode, but you can't be applying power. You can brake though, that's fine. So just got to wait for the overhead wires to show up at some point. And they will do very soon. We're only about a mile out. Go. It's going to keep us in braking, just because these wires, they do come out of nowhere. They literally do, and I want us to be absolutely ready once they start. So I do apologise. We are going to be a little bit late into Manchester, but I do want to get this bang on, and I do want to do this at exactly the right time. So there you've got the wires there at the Manchester Metrolink. I was actually on that today. I was actually on this exact line here that comes alongside here, coming into Victoria from Rochdale Town Centre. There's a few Metrolink lines today actually, it's quite interesting. You've got the CIS building over there, famous CIS building. Ah! There's a Manchester tram. It's an old T68, but it's an old T68 with the new colours. Certainly looks weird. Very nice. I do miss them. They're old T68s. They were lovely, those trams. The M5000s are good, but they're just not the same. Are there any wires outside of? Does that say? Are there any wires on this route? I don't think there are actually. So we might not be able to put the pan up. You know, might have to save that for another video. The changeover. Yeah, I don't think there's any wires, unfortunately, in this version of the route. This is obviously set pre-electrification of the route. This all has wires now. There's another one. Yeah, there's no wires in there, unfortunately. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. We're gonna have to save that for another video. So there will be some more. There will be some more videos on this because I want to bring as much content as I can for this. So do look forward to our next video on this. We'll be heading over to Trains and World to explore some more of their fantastic routes. I think the West Somerset Railway is next to be covered. So do keep an eye out for a Christmas special on the West Somerset Railway. So that'll be my next video here on LM Simulation. But for now, hope you've enjoyed this fantastic review. I'm going to sign off by saying this is definitely a 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10 product from the guys at AP. They've done an extremely good job of making this a reality. An extremely good job of building up this route, and all I can say is my hat's off to them. They've done such a fantastic job, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds with Armstrong Powerhouse. But for now, I hope everyone has enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. All the information can be found in the links below in the description. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your week, guys. On the week leading up to Christmas, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas to everyone during this other COVID Christmas time. My next video will be before Christmas, so do keep an eye out for that here on LM Simulation. But for now, all the best, take care, and ta-ra!